and welcome to the latest in the Ask the Data Governance Coach video series. And in this video, I want to answer the question, what's the difference between a Chief Data Officer and a Chief Information Officer? Now, this question has been asked me quite a lot recently, and some of you may know the roles by their acronyms, which is the CDO and the CIO. Now, this is a very confusing thing because, we've got the confusion between what's the difference between data and information. And it's not actually as straightforward as that, because I think the honest truth is that traditionally CIOs have been the equivalent of your director of IT, your head of IT. They have been responsible for all the systems that your data and information sit on in your organization. And this is a very traditional view from that point of view. And I think over recent years, it's fair to say that this has evolved a little bit more. And this is why we now see the role of CTO, which is a Chief Technology Officer, coming to the fore. And organizations that have that often then have a Chief Information Officer who may be more interested in the actual data that's on the systems. But traditionally, a CIO or CTO is responsible for the systems at your organization that data may reside on, but they haven't particularly had a lot of emphasis on the actual data itself. And I think that's the right thing, because you will have heard me say many times that data should be owned by the business. So we wouldn't be expecting a CIO or a CTO to own the data that's on the systems. We would be expecting them to manage and maintain it as the business asks. Now, this is where perhaps the CDO comes in. Now, this is a relatively new role. It's been around a number of years now, but there are still a huge number of organizations that don't have a Chief Data Officer. And if you don't have one, don't worry. But a Chief Data Officer is a role that should sit in the business, and they should be responsible for ensuring that their organization gets the most value out of their data. So, unsurprisingly, we would expect them to have the data governance manager and team reporting to them. But that's not the limit of their scope. They're going to be looking much broader and looking at how can we use data to drive digital transformations? How can we get more value out of our data? So they're going to be very interested in the analytics side of things, maybe artificial intelligence, robotics. So hopefully you can see there that we've got a big difference it's the difference between the business side of things and the IT side of things. But I think it's fair to say that if you went to your CIO and asked them if they were interested in data governance, they will be. I've never met a CIO who wasn't interested in having more data governance over the data at their organization. So I hope you found that useful. If you have, please help me and my mission to help as many people as possible be successful with data governance by sharing this on your choice of social media channel. And if you've got a question that you'd like me to answer in one of these future videos, just email them into questions@nicolaascombe.com.